So, hello everyone. Today we are going to discuss the second current affair test series for Odisha Civil Service examinations. So, let's start right away. Now, the first question is about the Magellan mission. Okay, let's see what are the statements. The first statement is the Magellan spacecraft was the first to successfully land on the surface of Venus. The next statement is the mission's primary goal was to map the surface of Venus using radar imaging. Now, here the first statement is incorrect and the second one is correct because Magellan spacecraft, it was an orbiter mission launched by NASA in the 1990s. Okay, and it was one of the first missions that was sent using NASA's space shuttle. Okay, not the first mission that landed on Venus. It was actually crashed onto the Venus. Okay, thus making it the first spacecraft that was intentionally crashed into any celestial bodies or anything. Okay, so this here is the keyword because it was not landed there, it was crashed on there. Okay, then the next statement is correct. Its primary goal was to map the surface of Venus using radar imaging, and it successfully did so. It mapped the entire surface of Venus. Okay, now let's go to the next question. So here we have the answer as option B. Okay, for the question 1. Then the next question is about the Virupaksha temple. Okay, now let's see what are the statements. It is a Vaishnava temple located in Hampi, Karnataka. It is a Dravidian style temple designated by UNESCO as a World Heritage Site. Okay, now the first statement here is incorrect because this temple is actually a Shiva temple. Okay, the main deity known as Virupaksha is a form of Lord Shiva. Okay, hence the first statement is incorrect. Now let's discuss a little bit more about this temple. This temple was created in the 7th century CE. Okay, and by a Nayak Samant Raja or leader. Nayakas, we know that they were kind of like governors under the Vijayanagar Empire, and during the period of Devaraya II, the king of Vijayanagar, this temple was created by Lakkan Dandesh. Okay, Lakkan Dandesh under Devaraya II of Vijayanagar Empire. Okay, he was a Nayaka under Devaraya II. So here we have the first statement as incorrect. Okay, now what are the other informations about this temple? This temple is built by the in the Dravidian style of temple architecture. Okay, so Dravidian style, to be more specific, the subtype is Vijayanagar style of temple architecture. This temple is located in Hampi of Karnataka. Okay, and is part of the various other monuments that are located in Hampi and is designated as a UNESCO World Heritage Site since 1986. Okay, so here we have the answer as option B. Okay, now let's move to the next question. So this is about the Nishi tribe. Okay, so which state do the Nishi tribes belong to? So here the answer will be Arunachal Pradesh, that is option D. Okay, now let's discuss a bit more about the Nishi tribe. Okay. The Nishi tribe, also known as the Bangni tribe. Okay. The Bangni tribe is the largest ethnic group that resides in Arunachal Pradesh. That is, it is the largest tribe by population in Arunachal Pradesh. Okay. This tribe is still in the ancient period, we can say. Okay. Because their economy mainly consists of agriculture and allied activities such as fishing and hunting. Okay. These are the activities they do, and the agriculture that they perform is mainly the slash and burn type of agriculture. Okay. Now let's talk about a bit more about them, right? They use a language which is also called as the Nishi language. Okay. Then the religion they follow is different. Okay. Not every tribal belonging to the Nishi tribe, they follow the tribal religion. Majority of these Nishi tribal people, they follow Christianity, and then comes the next religious group among the Nishi tribes, which follows Hinduism, and then the rest actually follow their original tribal, not the rest, some of the rest follow their original tribal religion, which is known as Donni Polo. Okay. So basically, this Donni Polo religion, this means that they worship sun and the moon. Okay. Sun as mother goddess and moon as the father god. Okay. So that's enough. Let's move ahead to the next question. The next question is about Bharal. Okay. So the first statement says that the Bharal is a carpine native to the high Himalayas, and the next statement is it is critically endangered on the IUCN Red List. Okay. Now, this Bharal, also known as the blue sheep, it is majorly found in the Himalayan regions. Okay. Hence, the first statement is correct. Okay. Carpine means it is somewhat like a sheep. Okay. The Himalayan ibex and the Nilgiri Thar, they come under the same category. Okay. Then the next statement about its IUCN Red List status, it is actually least concerned and not critically endangered. So the second statement is incorrect. So we'll get our answer as only one. Okay. So the Bharal is not what is this the habitat, the range in which this is found? The whole Himalayan range and all the countries that come under that range. Okay. This includes China, Bhutan, Nepal, India, Myanmar, then some parts of Pakistan as well. Okay. So let's move ahead to the next question. Now, this question is about the Travel and Tourism Development Index. This Travel and Tourism Development Index is a flagship index of the World Economic Forum. In the 2023 edition, India is ranked 39th, the highest in South Asia and among other lower middle income economies. Now, let's first discuss what is this TTDI, that is Travel and Tourism Development Index. Okay. So, the first statement states that it is a flagship index of the World Economic Forum, which is in fact very true. This has been the 2023 edition is the second edition of this index. Okay. It has been derived from the Travel and Tourism Competitive Index series of World Economic Forum, which was started in 2007. Okay. So, first statement here is correct. The second statement also is correct. India was ranked at 39th place, being the highest rank that any South Asian country has. Okay. Now, what was India's previous rank? It was 54th in 2021. So, the rank of India has improved greatly in this index. Okay. So, here the answer will be option C. The next question is, where is Scarborough Shoal located? So, here the answer will be option A, South China Sea. Now, this Scarborough Shoal, it has been in news for few years now, because it has been a very big bone of contention between China and Philippines. Okay. Both of whom claim that this island belongs to them. Why? Obviously, because this region it has fishing potential and other marine resources. Okay, and that's why both are engaged in a dispute which is yet to be resolved. And China, being the country it is using force to intimidate Philippines to give up its claim. Okay, and has placed its coastal guards around this region since 2012. Okay. Now, let's go to the next question. So, the next question is about International Criminal Court. The question is in fact very easy. Where is the capital located? Obviously, we know The Hague, Netherlands, right? So, there is nothing to discuss in this question as such, but let's talk a bit about the International Criminal Court. Okay. This International Criminal Court, it was established under the Rome Statute of 1998 and came into force in 2002. Okay. There are around 125 or 124 countries, 120 plus countries that are part to it. Some important countries that are not part of this Rome Statute or International Criminal Court, they include India, US, Russia, China and Israel. Okay. There are various official languages that are used in this International Criminal Court. Those are English, obviously, then it is Mandarin, then Arabic, French, Russian and Spanish. Okay. Now, what does this International Criminal Court do? Okay. The International Criminal Court has 4 types of jurisdictions. Okay. These include genocide, crimes against humanity, war crimes and crimes of aggression. Okay. And the verdict of the International Criminal Court with respect to such cases are final and binding, but it does not have its own force to implement this, and hence depends on the cooperation of the member states to implement it. Okay. So, that was a brief discussion about the International Criminal Court. The next question is, through which Indian states does the Bhima river flow? Now, my first question to you all is, Bhima river, is it a major river that falls directly into the Bay of Bengal or Arabian Sea, or is it a tributary of any other river? So, yes, this is a tributary of another river, which is the Krishna river. Okay. This Bhima river is also known as the Chandrabhaga river. Okay, not the Chandrabhaga in Odisha. Okay, this Bhima river is also known as Chandrabhaga river. Okay. The river, it originates near the Bhima Shankar temple in Maharashtra, then flows through Telangana and then into Karnataka, where it merges with the Krishna river. Okay. So we have our answer from here, Maharashtra and Karnataka. Answer will be option A. Now, some of the tributary of Bhima river, they include the Mula river, Mutha river, Pavana river and Indrayani river. Okay. Now, my question to you all is, what are the major tributaries of Krishna river? You have to sort them as right bank and left bank tributaries, and in the order that from origin up till the mouth of the river, what will be the order of these tributaries? Okay. There are many tributaries, right? Ghataprabha, Malaprabha, then we have Panchganga, Dudganga. Okay. What is the order of these tributaries? You have to find out. Okay. And remember also. Then the next question is, where is the Ibu volcano located? Okay. The Ibu volcano, it is located in Indonesia. It is an active volcano, specifically an active stratovolcano, which recently was in news because of eruption. Okay, it is located in Indonesia. Then let's go to the next question. The next question is about the Small Industries Development Bank of India, also known as SIDBI. Okay. The first statement states that SIDBI is under the jurisdiction of Ministry of Finance. And the next statement is, SIDBI was initially incorporated as a wholly owned subsidiary of the RBI. Now, when was this SIDBI created? SIDBI was created in 1990 under an act of the Parliament. So, through an act, the Small Industries Development Bank of India was created. Okay. And it was created as a wholly owned subsidiary of IDBI, not RBI. So, statement 2 here is incorrect. But currently, it is not a wholly owned subsidiary of IDBI. Around 20 plus institutions, financial institutions, they have a share in the ownership of the SIDBI. Okay. What is the purpose of this SIDBI? SIDBI mainly works towards the help to act as a lender to small for development of MSMEs in India. Okay. Now, so yes, what is the jurisdiction? Okay, under which ministry does SIDBI come? So the first statement here is correct. It is under Ministry of Finance. Okay, so here we have our solution as option A, only one. Okay. Now, SIDBI, it has been given the responsibility of various funds for the development of small industries, such as Small Industries Development Fund. Okay. Then we have the National Equity Fund, and there are various schemes of the government of India that are also the responsibility of SIDBI, such as the Mudra loan scheme. Okay. Your homework is to go home and check what is this Mudra, what are the different types of loans that are given under this. Okay, that you have to do on your own. Now, the next question. Which of the following countries of Southwest Asia does not open out to the Mediterranean Sea. Okay. Now, the Mediterranean Sea is one of the like a lot of countries share the coast of Mediterranean Sea. There are many countries from Africa, from Europe and Asia that have their coastlines along the Mediterranean Sea. Now, what are the Asian countries that have their coastline along the Mediterranean Sea? Okay, so the first one is Cyprus, then we have Lebanon, then we have Israel, then we have Syria and Turkey. Okay, so which is the country that does not share? We have our answer here, option B, Jordan. Okay. Now, what are the countries in Europe that share the coastline with Mediterranean Sea? There will be Albania, Bosnia, Croatia, then we have Greece, Slovenia, Italy, then there is France, Spain and Herzegovina. Okay, these are the countries that have their coastline along the Mediterranean Sea. Your homework is which African countries have their coastline along this Mediterranean Sea. Okay. Now, the next question is about PM Vani scheme. Okay, so this is Prime Minister Wi-Fi Access Network Interface Scheme. So we can guess what is the scheme about? Free Wi-Fi. Okay. Under this scheme was launched by Department of Telecommunication, which is under Ministry of Communication. Okay. So this here is incorrect. The first statement will be incorrect because it is not Ministry of Information and Broadcasting, rather it is Ministry of Communication. This scheme was launched in 2020. Okay. Then the next statement is the aim is to create a public Wi-Fi network across the countries by setting up Wi-Fi access points at public data offices. Obviously, free Wi-Fi will be not exactly free. So at some points they ask for some minimal charges and some points they provide it for free. So here the answer will be option B. Okay. Now this PM Vani, it has 4 components. Okay. One is this public data offices. What is this public data office? Public data office is nothing like nothing fancy. Okay. It can be your local kirana store, or it can be a internet cafe, it can be any shop. Okay. Where the shop owner will apply to become a public data office, and if the application is accepted, then there will be a PM Vani Wi-Fi network created there, and he or she will be able to provide the network. Okay. Then the next component is the public data office aggregators. So they are nothing but mediators that help the PDOs connect with the internet service providers. Okay. And then there is the third component, which is the app providers. Providers, as we can guess, they provide the app to help us use the Wi-Fi networks through PM Vani scheme. Okay. And then finally, we have the central registry, where all the information of various stakeholders is being stored. Okay. Now, let's move on to the next question. Consider the following statement about the Institute of Institute of Chartered Accountants of India, which is ICAI. Okay. Now, this ICAI is a statutory body established in 1949. Okay. And as we can know from the name itself, this body regulates and sets various regulations and standards for the profession of chartered accountants. Okay. The first statement in the question is, it is the largest professional body in the chartered accountants in the world, which is incorrect because it is the second largest body. Okay. The largest one is SEMA. Okay. Then we have the next statement that this functions under the administrative control of Ministry of Commerce and Industry. This statement here is also incorrect because it is controlled by the Ministry of Corporate Affairs. Okay. So we have our answer as, we have to find the correct options. So answer here will be option D. Okay. Option D, neither one nor two. Then consider the following statements regarding the Global Species Action Plan, that is GSAP skills platform. First statement here is, the GSAP skills platform is managed by International Union for Conservation of Nature, that is IUCN. This statement here is correct. Okay. Then the portal delivers, so this GSAP skills platform is a portal, okay, which delivers real-time updates on technical tools and resources to ensure accessibility and relevancy. So the solution here will be option C, both 1 and 2. Okay. Now the next question is about genetic drift. Genetic drift. What do we mean by this genetic drift? Genetic drift is basically a mechanism of evolution. Okay. So what happens in this genetic drift? When alleles, these are basically different forms of a type of gene. Okay. So when this variation in gene it takes place like normally, okay, which increases the genetic diversity of any species. And during this genetic drift, what happens? Either one allele survives while the rest get extinct, or vice versa. That is, only one allele, it gets completely extinct while the rest survive. Okay. This is, you might confuse this with the process of natural selection, but it is quite different. Okay. These two are not similar, right? So let's see what the question is asking us. Genetic drift occurs due to random sampling and random events that influence the survival and reproduction of individuals. So yes, it is correct. This extinction of either one or n minus 1 genetic variants or alleles occurs due to any random event. Okay. For example, one meteor falls onto Earth and extincts the whole species of dinosaurs. Okay. So any random event can start a genetic drift. So this here is correct. Then genetic drift is more significant in large populations than in small populations. This statement here is also correct. Okay. Then sorry. So this statement here is incorrect. It is significant in small populations and not in large populations. Okay. Then the next statement is genetic drift can result in the fixation of alleles, decreasing genetic diversity within a population. Okay. So let's say we have 10 genetic variations within a species. Okay. So let's consider the first option, that one allele it gets completely extinct. So diversity has reduced from 10 to 9. In the second scenario, 9 alleles they get destroyed. Then only one allele will remain. Here also the genetic diversity has reduced drastically, right? So in both cases there is decreasing genetic diversity. So here the statement 3 will be correct and our solution will be option B, only 2. Okay. Then the next question is about Meitei Sagol. This is a type of horse which is native to Manipur and is also called as the Manipuri pony. Okay. So the Manipuri pony, also known as Meitei Sagol, is one of India's 7 recognized horse breeds and was used in Manipur Kingdom's cavalry. So the first statement here is absolutely correct. There are a total of 7 recognized horse breeds in India, among which the Meitei Sagol is one. Okay, and is found in Manipur. What are the other breeds, you might ask? Those include Kathiawadi horse, then Zaskar horse, we have Spiti pony, Kachhi Sindhi horse. Okay, there are other variants as well. Now, the next statement is Meitei Sagol are vulnerable on the IUCN Red List. Okay, this is incorrect because the Meitei Sagol, it is an endangered species. Okay. Now, it is a pony. Okay, and it is considered that the polo game that we see. Okay, you'll be riding on a horse using a hockey stick to smash a ball here and there into the opponent's goal. Okay, so that polo game has been derived from the Manipuri game known as the Sagol Kangjei. Okay, Sagol Kangjei. This Sagol Kangjei was traditionally played using the Meitei Sagol. Okay, and hence Meitei Sagol is considered as the original pony that has been used in the polo games. Okay. Now, let's go to the next question. This is about chromosomes. Okay. The human body have 22 chromosome pairs, 21 shared ones and one that determines gender. So this here is incorrect because it will be 23 and this here will be 22. Okay. So the first statement is incorrect. Then the next statement is an extra or missing X chromosome causes genetic disorders. This here is correct. So our answer here will be option B, only 2. Okay. So various genetic disorders such as Klinefelter disease and all those are caused by a missing X chromosome. Okay. Now, the next question is about the Foreigners Tribunal's Order 1964. This order was passed by the Government of India under the Section 3 of Foreigners Act 1946. Okay. And under this order, foreigners tribunals have been created. Now, this act is obviously applicable throughout the territory of India, but the foreigner tribunals have only been created in Assam. Okay. In the rest of the country, foreigners tribunals have not been created. Okay. First statement here will be correct. Enacted by the central government under the Foreigners Act 1946, applies nationwide, though currently only Assam utilizes the foreigners tribunals. Okay. Then the next statement is the foreigners tribunals order empowered SPs and district commissioners to identify and refer suspected foreigners. So this here is also correct. The superintendents of police and district commissioners, they are empowered to refer any individual to the foreigners tribunal to verify their citizenship. Okay, they are empowered. So here we have both the statements are correct. So our answer here will be option C, that is both 1 and 2. Okay. Now the next question is about sweet sorghum. Okay. The first statement states that sweet sorghum varieties struggle in areas with prolonged periods of heavy rain. The next statement is its tolerance for salinity makes it an ideal crop for farmers in hilly region. Now let's discuss a bit about the sweet sorghum. Okay. This is also known as the great millet or the Indian millet. Okay. This is a very robust and drought resistant millet, for which it is also called as the king of millets. Okay. So being drought resistant, it must function well in rainy areas, right? No. If you are thinking that way, it is wrong, because it has adapted to low moisture areas, that is areas with low to moderate rainfall. It does not perform very well when there is heavy and prolonged periods of rain or the soil moisture is very high throughout the year. So in this case, the first statement here becomes correct because it struggles with prolonged periods of heavy rain. Okay. Now this variety of millet is also known as the king of millets, right? So it must have some other kind of special features. That other kind of special feature is it is adapted to more saline regions. Okay, high salinity does not affect its productivity. However, in the second statement, we are linking salinity with hilly regions. In hilly regions, we don't usually find saline soil, right? We find it in coastal areas or in arid regions, deserts and all. Okay. So this statement here will be incorrect for this fact only. Okay. Otherwise, the tolerance to high salinity is there with sweet sorghum. Okay. So we have our answer as only 1. Then let's move ahead to the next question. Consider the following statements about the Sariska Tiger Reserve. The first statement is Sariska Tiger Reserve is located in the forests of Shivalik Terai Biotic Province in Uttarakhand. Now, this statement here is incorrect because this is located in Rajasthan near the Aravalli Hills. Okay. So, obviously, we have our answer here. Then, the next statement is, it is the first reserve in the world to successfully relocate tigers. This here is correct. In Rajasthan, before this Sariska Tiger Reserve was there, we had the Ranthambore Tiger Reserve. Okay. And around that area, lot of tiger hunting and poaching was taking place, which endangered the tigers there. Hence, to protect the tigers of Ranthambore, the decision to relocate them into Sariska Tiger Reserve was taken and subsequently this was a successful relocation. Okay. So we have our answer as option B, only 2. Then the next question is about synuclein alpha proteins. Okay, SNCA proteins. Now, what are these proteins? These proteins, they are usually found in normal conditions. They are found within the cells. Okay, especially around the nerve cells. Okay, within the nerve cells, we can find them around the nucleus or near the junctions between different neurons. Okay, and normally they don't have any impact. Okay, however, they have a peculiar characteristic. Every other protein within our body, it forms 3D structures, while this SNCA protein, it can form into a bundle like structure. Instead of 3D structures, it can form into a bundle like structure, which ends up harming the neurons. Okay, so the first statement is synuclein alpha proteins are the primary components of Lewy bodies. Now, this bunched up type structure that these SNCA proteins that create, these bodies are known as the Lewy bodies. Okay, so the first statement here is correct. This Lewy bodies, that is the bunched up SNCA protein, that is considered as a misfolding, because unlike other proteins, this one does not create a 3D structure. Okay, so this is considered as a misfolding. Now, this misfolded SNCA protein aggregate and disrupt normal cell functions, leading to neurodegenerative diseases. This here is also correct. So, we have our solution as option C, both 1 and 2. Then let's go to the next question. Consider the following statements about the global report on internal displacement. Okay, global report on internal displacement. The Global Report on Internal Displacement is an annual report published by the Geneva-based International Displacement Monitoring Center. This statement is correct. The Internal Displacement Monitoring Center, located in Geneva, is the body that releases this report. Okay. And the second statement is India witnessed highest number of displacements triggered by conflict and violence since 2018. This also is correct. The recent report has suggested that this has happened. So, we have our solution as option C, both 1 and 2. Okay. Let's go to the next question. This is about the generalized system of preferences. Now, this generalized system of preferences, this mechanism, it was instituted in 1971, okay, under the UN Conference on Trade and Development. So, we have the answer to the first statement. It was instituted under 1971 under WTO. Wrong. It was under UN CTD. Okay. CTAD. UNCTAD. Now, then this measure, what is this generalized system of preference? Under this, the developed countries, they are given the option of providing some sort of advantage or preference to any developing country of their choice. Okay. So, as you can guess, this is a voluntary scheme, not a mandatory one. So, the statement 2 here is incorrect, right? Under this, these preferences, they can be in the form of reduced tariffs or zero tariffs, no quotas, reducing the requirements of standards. All of these can be the preferences that are given. Okay. Now this generalized system of preference, this is not reciprocal. Okay. What do we mean by this? That under this system, if a developed country is providing some preferential treatment to the developing country, the developing country does not have to reciprocate. Okay. For example, USA gives preferences to India under GSP, but India does not give to USA. So that's what we mean by this. Okay. So the answer here will be, so we have to find the correct one. So neither are correct. So answer will be option D. Okay. Now, the next question is about Naegleria fowleri. Now, this is actually a single-celled organism, an amoeba. Okay, a free-living amoeba, which is usually found in warm freshwater bodies. How warm? Usually it prefers a temperature around the 46 degrees Celsius mark. Okay. Now, this amoeba lives in the water, and in case you take this, it enters your body through your nasal cavity, then it causes an disease known as an illness known as the primary amoebic meningoencephalitis. Okay. So the first statement here is correct. The second statement is also correct. Lives in warm fresh water and soil and causes tissue destruction. So we have answer as both 1 and 2. Now, what is this PAM? Okay, what is this PAM disease? This PAM disease, as we saw, is caused by the Naegleria fowleri amoeba, and this only occurs when we inhale this amoeba, or this amoeba enters our body through our nasal cavity, through water or air, anything. Okay. However, if we drink that contaminated water, it does not affect us. Okay. Once this amoeba, it enters our nose, it travels through the bloodstream and reaches our brain and destroys the brain tissues. Okay. Thus causing a disease known as the PAM. This disease is non-communicable. That is, it will not spread from one patient to another. This is also only through the nasal route, not through mouth, or not if we drink the water. Okay. Then this, what are the symptoms of PAM? Initially, you will have fever, vomiting, nausea, body ache, headache, all of these will be there. And then quickly, within 15 to 18 days, you will see severe symptoms which include seizures, hallucinations, and even coma. And most cases, the patients, they end up dying. Okay. Now, is there any treatment available? No, there is no treatment available for this disease. Okay. Now, let's go to the next question. The next question is, consider the following countries: Russia, Poland, Germany, Denmark. Which of the above countries are bordering the Baltic Sea? We have seen two such questions, countries bordering one sea or the other. Now, what you have to do? Go home and check all the important seas that that was in the news in the past 1 year. Most of those seas are covered in this test, but still, if we have missed anything, okay, you can do that. Okay, that will give you an extra edge, right? So, what are the countries bordering the Baltic Sea? There are around 9 countries that border the Baltic Sea. What are these? The first one is Germany, then we have Poland, then we have Russia, then we have Sweden, Finland, Estonia, Lithuania, Latvia, and Denmark. Okay, sorry, not Lithuania, Latvia and Lithuania. Okay, and Estonia, right? So all the 4 here are correct. So answer will be option D. Okay,